was angry with my friend. I told my wrath. My wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not. My wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with smiles, and with soft, deceitful wiles. And it grew, both my foe outstretched beneath the tree.
It begins from your roots. So I was born in one country and raised in another. So sometimes finding your identity means crossing over multiple borders and multiple oceans. See, dear Bryan, one day you wake up in the morning and find nobody next to you. One day the world will cease to exist and everything that will be left is just a remnant of your husk, and you ask yourself, why? Or why do I still carry on? Or why do I cry most of the nights that I should actually stand up on my own 2 feet and face the world? Why do I stop wearing boxing gloves when I can use my own bare fists? Why do I still keep a pocket knife in my pocket when nobody's coming after me? Maybe I'm afraid of myself. Maybe I'm afraid of truth. But sometimes you just don't have life figured out. See, I wrote my own eulogy and it went like this. Life is but a sad journey. Life is but everything of a concoction short of the right ingredients. Because you can keep chasing the rabbit, never fall into the hole, think you're in Wonderland and wake up and realize that Alice was high on shoes. And maybe one day you'll wake up and realize that life is but a sad poem that's been written from the end of time. Now the last poem goes like this. Maranatha. See, I heard them call and I answered. For a while now I've been a Christian until one day I woke up one morning and I kind of lost my faith because I went through a couple of bad situations in my life that made me doubt God. But maybe I should have just doubted myself because really I blamed a higher being for situations I put myself in, and I decided, hey, maybe that's perfect because somebody needs to answer for something that I cannot understand. See, somebody said to me that the only reason you stepped away from church is because maybe you just don't have it all figured out and you're trying to find a reason to escape. Maybe escape is an endless rope that we all keep trying to find a knot in until we realize that the knots are tied in within our hearts, and we keep choking on our own doubts and fears until one day we vomit our own reflections and we look at them and we say that's disgusting. But at the end of the day, see, God is never to blame for your mishaps, because sometimes in his own infinite being we can never understand that things are not as they seem. A breakdown begins with a little fault of not actually taking your car in for service. So sometimes maybe you need to take yourself back to the shop, back to the creation, back to the being. Look at yourself from the outside in and say, hey, maybe I need to get somebody else to work on me. Maybe my mom was right. Maybe I'm chasing a fictional being that I call Bryan. Maybe I'm chasing a fictional being of everything that was created by everybody that ever spoke me into existence. Maybe I'm not meant to be a philosopher. Maybe I'm not meant to be a writer. Maybe I'm not meant to be a poet. Maybe I'm not meant to be an artist. Maybe I'm supposed to be somebody that sits on a couch, watches Netflix the whole day, and reviews movies that I have no business doing. maybe one day, when the second coming comes, I won't be ready. Somebody asked me what's my greatest fear, and I told them, maybe it's finding myself alone in this world, not understanding where I belong. Maybe I'm the Alice in my story and I fell down the hole and broke my leg. And I never got to Wonderland. Maybe I'm still higher in shrewdness. With a broken leg, believing I'm actually there when I'm not. And then, one day, I woke up and I realized that life is but a dream, an endless dream. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is POAI Bryan.